Y'all playing 4-on-4.
Right.
Because me and him, we locked together. We tied. I'm guarding him full court. I'm on him. I'm trying to wear him down. I'm trying to do everything I can, man. I just don't. That's what I don't like seeing more than a game-winning shot. I don't like seeing the same guy just keep making. But I said that about the kid from what was it that beat us on the one shot? I think it was it him again? But I felt we should have.
No, you're talking about the kid from Oregon State.
I thought we should have blitzed him. I thought we should have doubled him and forced the ball out of his hands because he had been having a great game. I'm just about, because if you watch what Cal Smith did was he said, I'm gonna go one-on-one with what I think my better guys are.
Especially in the late game, like he was just picking whatever mismatch he thought was the best, and they were going one-on-one.
That's what you do. That's what you do. And you force the double team, and now you can move the ball out to get your other guys the ball where you want them. And they had a disciplined team. When you look at this team, I mean, it's only 3 guys even attempted a three-point shot. These guys play their role, and they stick to it.
520-848-1290. We will get back to your calls, but we got to get a break in here and pay the bills. Arizona loses by a score of 77-74 to the Washington State Cougars. The Cougars now in first place in the Pac-12 Conference by a half game over your Arizona Wildcats. They have just 4 games left to play. 3 of those games will be at home. It's the Meridian Wealth Management post-game show along with Kelvin Efon and J.W. Madden. I'm David Kelly. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Broadway in Tucson presents the Rockin' 2023-2024 season featuring 8 blockbuster productions including Disney's Aladdin, The Book of Mormon, Hairspray, and Chicago. Enjoy the Southern Arizona musical premieres of Tina, the Tina Turner Musical, Ain't Too Proud, The Life and Time of the Temptations, MJ the Musical, and Mrs. Doubtfire. Secure your choice season tickets today and get the ultimate in flexibility and the lowest prices all season. Visit BroadwayInTucson.com and secure your season tickets today.
Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing. Always trust the big guy. Mention your Wildcats and receive $50 off any repair at coolwillies.com. Cool Willie's is proud to be a partner of the University of Arizona Wildcats basketball radio broadcast. 2 powerful teams working hard for you to get the job done right every day. Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing. Big enough to help, small enough to care. Remember to mention your Wildcats and receive $50 off any repair. coolwillies.com.
Do you often worry you left the garage door open? With a LiftMaster garage door opener powered by MyQ, you'll never worry again. You can control, secure, and monitor your garage from your smartphone anytime from anywhere through the MyQ app. As an authorized LiftMaster dealer, we have smart openers designed for your needs, including belt drive motors for ultra-quiet operation, integrated camera for live video streaming, and battery backup that lets you in when the power is out.
Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates is your authorized local LiftMaster dealer. Visit KaiserDoor.com for more information.
Driving the lane, dunking on the competition, and playing as a team. These are things we'll see this season watching our Wildcats play basketball. These happen to be the things you'll also find when you buy your next vehicle from O'Reilly Chevrolet. The only difference is at O'Reilly, nobody gets penalized for traveling. Heck, we actually encourage it. See us on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or find new roads at O'Reilly.com where you can experience our version of a steal. O'Reilly Chevrolet, more than a great price.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
What up, Tucson? This is Joseph Blair, former Wildcat and assistant coach of the Washington Wizards. When I came to play basketball at the U of A in the 90s, the Tucson community became and has always remained a special part of my life. And this is why I proudly joined the Meridian Wealth Management Tucson Advisory Business Council. If you have financial questions or concerns, please be sure and call my friends Natalie or Ruben Fernandez at 719-1433 or visit online at Meridian Wealth LLC. And as always, bear down, Tucson.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
Coach Tommy Lloyd here. Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing is the ultimate team when it comes to your home's comfort.
Thinking about replacing your heating and air system? It's February at Right Way.
These are some of the slowest months of the year. We have equipment in stock and our crews are available.
And to spark business, we're including an 80% furnace absolutely free with the purchase of an air conditioning system.
And if that's not enough, we'll include a Wi-Fi thermostat, 10-year parts and labor warranty, plus we have zero interest financing available.
Call or text 520-200-2422 or visit rightwayac.com.
The Window Depot is proud to sponsor the first look at today's game and would like to invite Arizona Wildcat fans to visit one of their Tucson warehouses. The Window Depot provides over 1,000 in-stock vinyl windows, interior and exterior doors, plus granite and quartz countertops, and a huge selection of custom cabinetry, all at the lowest prices in town. Consider the Window Depot your MVP when it comes to your home improvement needs. Stores are open Monday through Saturday, or order online at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
True Wildcat fans know that when you're looking for the best place to watch all the big games on big screens, drinking cold beer and having the best food, all paths lead to Desert Diamond. Bet on your Wildcats and all your favorite teams 24/7 on our easy-to-use kiosks. Come chill on our comfy couches and build your best bet at Arizona's best bet, the Desert Diamond Sportsbook and Bar.
An enterprise of the Tohono O'odham Nation.
Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Desert Diamond Casino is licensed in Arizona.
Experiencing the Sonoran Desert's natural wonders comes easy at Rockin' Cay, nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills. Enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. 6 model homes are now open to tour at Del Webb at Rockin' Cay. Here, life is about more than just beautiful homes. It's about the experiences waiting outside your front door at this new 55-plus active adult neighborhood. LiveRockinCay.com. Designed by nature, built for you. Proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
Here's an important message from University Termite and Pest Control. The weather is cooler here, and so pests are seeking alternative housing. Do you need a professional? University Termite and Pest Control has been serving Tucson since 1974. You can be assured University Termite and Pest Control will keep you pest-free using the most responsible products and application methods. 28 school districts, 3 hospitals, 2 colleges, 1 university, and thousands of homeowners trust University Termite and Pest Control for the past 50 years. You can too. University Termite and Pest Control. Find us online at bepestfree.com.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
Make sure your family is safe and warm during the cooler months. I'm Ron Arenas, the owner of Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. Heating is our middle name, and we can make sure your furnace is running efficiently. Call us at 520-440-4069 for honest heating and plumbing service to the Tucson area for over 20 years.
The Meridian Wealth Management Postgame Show continues on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Love will get it out top. Ballo setting a high screen. Love drives left of the lane to the bucket. Lay it up good, and he is fouled.
Caleb Love rejects the ball screen from Ballo at the top of the key because he saw a lane all the way to the rim.
Caleb Love, aggressive there at the end to give the Wildcats the lead. Was trying to be aggressive on that last shot as well when he slipped and fell going the opposite direction. Finished with 27 points, just 8 of 20, though, shooting. So missed 12 of his 20 shots, missed 8 of his 12 threes in the game. Did go 7 of 8 from the line, 27 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals in the game for Caleb Love. But Wildcats lose it 77-74.
It was actually 3 consecutive, right? Because he got the and one.
Yeah.
Then he missed that, he slipped, and then he got blocked. So like 3 consecutive, that with 8 seconds to go, he went in there and got blocked.
That's true, yeah.
So 3 consecutive times down the stretch there with under a minute to go, Caleb took it right at the rim.
Let's go back to the phones and hear from Paul. You are on the Meridian Wealth Management Postgame Show, Wildcats Radio 1290.
David, how are you, sir?
Good.
Boy, I almost feel like you and I should just be quiet, or at least I should be quiet and just let Kelvin and J-Dub talk, because that was a great segment. You guys almost like, geez, I should just hang up and just keep listening, because that was good. That kind of like calmed me down a little bit. But you know, a couple things. I gotta share this with you. I think I'm suffering from PTLSD. It's post-traumatic late shot disorder. That's what's going on here. Because, J-Dub, you're right. This is the 4th time or 3rd time, whatever. And I do worry about when are we going to get one of those?
Yeah.
You know, we have, I think. I think we got one, didn't we? But, you know, it's kind of our turn now. So let's save all those for later when we kind of need them, you know. But I would love to see the ball in a Jaden Bradley hand at the end of a shot clock, game situation, or Pella Larson doesn't seem, not that he doesn't want it, but I'm not sure. I wouldn't mind it being in his hand as well. Okay, so we'll leave it at that. But real quick, I want to go back real quick. I think your conspiracy, and we're going to find out probably in the next few days, that conspiracy about the kid who didn't do the broom, okay, didn't sweep it up right. Maybe that same kid, if you probably go back to football game day, he's probably the same kid holding that Washington State flag at every single stop. He's probably the same person. So that's the conspiracy theory.
That goes back to day one, right?
Oh,
So the very first game day ever, somebody held a Washington State flag, there's been a Washington State flag at every single game.
What's it called? Old Crimson, I think?
And that's back, when was the first one? In the early 90s?
Yeah.
So every single one since then, they've always had one. It's a great tradition.
And that kid's a floor sweeper for us now. I guarantee you that. We're going to find that out. We'll find it out tomorrow. Next couple of days, we'll find it out. Okay, so here's the other thing. There was a time in the first half, I don't remember when it was. I want to say anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes left to go, okay? Again, this is just me just totally overthinking everything. I thought, boy, if Tommy would have brought in Conrad Martinez just to change up the tempo, because I did not like the way we started the game, our tempo.
Yeah.
We just didn't seem like it's like we weren't forcing the issue. We were playing with the way they wanted us to play. And again, I complain about that all the time. But I just thought, boy, Tommy, put him in just for 2 to 3 minutes, just to scatter Washington State a little bit and let them know, oh, that's what that kid looks like. We've heard about him. And just to kind of shake it up.
Paul, I gotta say something here.
Please.
Now, you have to stop with that one, because you're gonna make it where Tommy doesn't give these guys minutes at the end of the games. I tell DK about this all the time. I say you almost hate to put bench guys in because they're like the backup quarterback. They get in the late game when you're blowing somebody out or you're getting blown out and they throw a touchdown, and now all of a sudden everybody think they're the savior, right? And so, no, I'll be honest with you, this would not have been a good game for Conrad. These guys is the tallest team in Division One. The tallest team.
You're right, Calvin.
And if you notice, they started posting us up at every position.
Yeah.
So and they was going one-on-one, so they would have went right at him. I mean, they posted up Boswell and got a foul on Bos.
Right.
I think that was his last time in the game, right?
6'8" backup point guard, so you could post up Boswell. Your backup point guard is 6'8".
Yeah, so this would have been a tough game for him.
It would have been a tough game. I know. But Kelvin, you helped me segue into my last point. David, you can plug your ears on this one, because I'm the one, I'm sure maybe other people have done it, but I'm the one person who, whenever Arizona in the past, talking Lou and going way back, every time we played a team by the name of USC in basketball, okay, USC, they always said, oh gosh, they've got 3 7-footers and they've got 6'9", 6'10", 6'10", and they got all these big monsters and they're so athletic, but yet we'd always beat USC because we were smarter and we knew how to play basketball better than they did. They looked really good on paper. They looked really. Those guys were.
Are you
chiseled,
saying
right?
people that went to USC aren't smart or something?
No, I'm not saying that at all.
Well, I'm trying to figure out when we had all these 7-footers, because I don't remember that.
Well, Mobley and those guys are pretty damn big.
They had some big boys.
Unless you're talking about my man Carl Pollard back in the day.
How about the basketball IQ, though? Okay, but here's the thing. Washington State, and this is where I'm going to give Washington State credit, they're big, and their basketball IQ, whether it's from their coach or from that combination, I was very impressed. Almost scary how impressed I was with it, because they came out and they did exactly what they wanted to do. They didn't let necessarily us do what we want to do. Look at the one thing, case in point, fast break points. Period. That's all we need to say. I give them credit, and you know what? One of you guys said it. Gosh, I want them in Vegas, but maybe I don't. But I really do. I'd love to play them on a neutral court in Vegas. It'd be kind of fun again. So,
Real quick, Paul, on that last point, Kelvin nailed it, right? Here's the thing. Only 3 guys took threes. So sometimes it's not about IQ. Sometimes it's knowing you're smart enough to know that you're not smart at everything. It's smart enough to know what your weaknesses and your strengths are. And that's a team that's bought in. I'm looking at a team that understands a game plan. They're listening to their coach. All of them are on the same page. Yeah. You don't play a matchup zone and then shift it into a man-to-man until you're talking and everybody knows where everybody else is going to be, because there's a lot of things that could go wrong in that situation. There's a lot of backdoor type situations where you find an offensive player wide open against that kind of switching defense. I'm looking at guys, 3 guys who shot. Kelvin, as always, nailed it. Only 3 guys took threes in that game. That's a team that's bought in, understands the game plan, and is following it under a great coach.
They did.
That's what I'm seeing.
They really did. They really did. I was impressed. I was impressed, and I give them a lot of credit. This could be. It's a good game for us to say, "Oh, do we learn, or do we kind of languish in it and kind of like it lingers?" I'm hoping that we learn from it. We've got an early tip off, on Saturday. Heck, it's for you guys, for all intents and purposes, it's about not even a day and a half away. So, but guys, great show as always. I'll keep listening for a little while longer, and get some sleep. Talk to you guys later. Thanks, guys.
All right, Paul, appreciate you immensely.
You know something, DK, and somehow I've been noticing about Cal Smith for a while, and he was on that St. Mary's staff over there. And St. Mary's does a great job of finding guys. And I think Cal Smith is one of the – I mean, he's great at finding guys you never heard of. When you hear the stories of the guys that he's recruited here, junior college guys, guys with only one – I think it was Rice, only one offer away from Atlanta. So, I mean, I just think he just does a great job of identifying talent of what he need in his program to be successful.
What do you think? I watched the second half at home, and I heard the announcers talk about how he was at St. Mary's and also 3 years as a head coach of the Dons. And both those teams play against Gonzaga consistently year in, year out. And so he's seen a lot of that Mark Few style. And not to say that that's what Coach Lloyd is playing down here. It's not like a, exact match for the two styles. But Kelvin, if you've played, because guess what? Everybody in that league is game planning for Gonzaga as soon as the season starts, right? Because they've been on top of that league forever. How much does that help him come into this game against a former, not former, but a few disciple, and really like having a kind of a better understanding of what that system is about?
Oh, it's huge. It's a huge advantage for him because he kind of got a little understanding for what the style of play, what Coach Lloyd, kind of want to play, because it's very similar to what they do at Gonzaga with the wide open style of play with the real big bigs and the high lows. So he totally understands what they want to do, and he also understands what he want to do more importantly, and how he want his guys to play offensively and defensively.
St. Mary's and San Francisco, those are two teams have had success against Gonzaga. So clearly they know what they're doing.
So not only did the Wildcats lose this game because the ball boys did not adequately dry the floor, but apparently the band did not play Narco tonight because where I shoot the game from up in the camera bay, which is the camera level for the cameras that you see on television, some lady comes up to me and like says, hey, are you in communication with the band? And I'm like, no, I'm not in communication with the band. She's like, because they haven't played Narco tonight. I don't understand why they haven't played Narco tonight. That's like the song that gets us going. And I said, ma'am, you're absolutely correct. That song does get us going. I have no idea why they haven't played it, and I am not in communication with them. So the band apparently did not play Narco tonight.
Were you wearing like a big top hat and like were you like going out with like the baton and like you were leading out a
do I look like I'm with the band? I mean,
I thought you were dressed like Sergeant Peppers or something.
Kudos to the Pride of Arizona. We shouted them out before the game because they had a long day. Maybe that's why they didn't play Narco. They had a long day. They were up at 6 a.m. having to go to the rodeo parade today. So I don't know. I don't know why they didn't play Narco. Maybe that was another reason why the Wildcats didn't win this game tonight. 520-848-1290. Howie, hang on. We'll get to you in the next hour. It is the Meridian Wealth Management post-game show. Yeah, there we go. At least you're going to get Narco on the post-game show. We'll give it to you, even though the band maybe did not give it to you tonight, at least not while I was there. All right. Kelvin Efon is here. Glenn's not here. J.W. Madden is here. And this is the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290.
This hour of the Meridian Wealth Management Postgame Show is brought to you by Advanced Auto Care, Crest Insurance Group, Desert Diamond Casinos, First Chiropractic, Frog Inn Firkin, Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates, Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating and Plumbing, the Polston Results Team with Keller Williams, Southern Arizona, Royal GMC Buick and Cadillac, Royal Kia, Royal Jaguar Land Rover, the Window Depot, Blue Whale Car Wash, Caruso's Italian Restaurant, Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing, The Diamond Store, Goldberg and Osborne, Goodfellas AC.
Does it feel like the price of everything is going up, up, up? We can't control the price of gas or groceries, but at Royal Kia, we never add market adjustments, even while other dealers add fees because inventory is limited. At Royal Kia, you can rest assured you won't pay market adjustments, and we stand by our transparent online pricing. Royal Kia, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer installed options, and $529 doc fee. Royal Kia, Speedway in Columbus or royalkia.com.
Okay, kids, we're home. Everybody out.
Ew, my feet are stuck.
In what, honey?
On the floor.
Ew. Take off your shoes. Tommy, come carry your sister into the house.
What do you do when the car you use the most has the least amount of time to get clean? Let Recon Auto Detailing, Arizona's premier auto detailing company, come to you and turn your busiest car back into your best. From basic cleaning to a full detail, Recon Auto Detailing. Online at recondetail.com.
Do you often worry you left the garage door open? With a LiftMaster garage door opener powered by MyQ, you'll never worry again. You can control, secure, and monitor your garage from your smartphone anytime from anywhere through the MyQ app. As an authorized LiftMaster dealer, we have smart openers designed for your needs, including belt drive motors for ultra-quiet operation, integrated camera for live video streaming, and battery backup that lets you in when the power is out.
Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates is your authorized local LiftMaster dealer. Visit KaiserDoor.com for more information.
Tired of dry, itchy skin? Have mineral buildup at every faucet. Ram Plumbing's affordable, green, eco-friendly water softener and alkalized purification systems are built right here in our great state of Arizona and use a fraction of the wastewater as their competitors. Want soft water, non-chlorinated, or the best alkalized drinking water? You can trust Ram Plumbing to be your one-stop shop. Ask about their Water Taste Challenge. 40th year anniversary savings, up to $500 off water systems and $40 off any service. If your plumbing's in trouble, call Ram on the double.
If you're a do-it-yourselfer looking for quality car parts in Tucson, look no further. Advance Auto Parts has 6 Tucson locations with over 75 years in business. Advance Auto Parts is the largest car parts retailer in the U.S., and customers know they can trust their products, like Die-Hard batteries. Now with free installation, only found at Advance Auto Parts stores. Take advantage of our same-day delivery and pickup. Just visit our website at stores.advanceautoparts.com. And make sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Advance Auto Parts, for all your car repair needs. Now a proud radio sponsor of the University of Arizona Wildcats.
You know it, your neighbors know it, and let's face it, the mailman knows it too. Your yard just isn't what it used to be, but thankfully, Dorado Rock Materials can get you, well, your yard anyway, back to what it once was, and even better. Dorado Rock Materials has just what your yard needs, from decorative rock to boulders and everything in between, brought right to you. And if you need help spreading it, we can help with that too. Dorado Rock Materials, the right service, the right product, the right price.
Hi, this is Mike Hanley, former president of Bank of Tucson, and I'm thrilled to announce that I have joined the Advisory Business Council of Meridian Wealth Management and Natalie Fernandez-Lee, Meridian's partner and advisor, who I am a great fan of. She has worked with many individuals and businesses in the community for decades. We live in crazy times these days and need the right financial advice, which is so important. If you'd like to talk to Natalie, give her a call at 719-1433 and have a great day.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
Coach Tommy Lloyd here. Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing is the ultimate team when it comes to your home's comfort.
Thinking about replacing your heating and air system? It's February at Right Way.
These are some of the slowest months of the year. We have equipment in stock and our crews are available.
And to spark business, we're including an 80% furnace absolutely free with the purchase of an air conditioning system.
And if that's not enough, we'll include a Wi-Fi thermostat, 10-year parts and labor warranty, plus we have zero interest financing available.
Call or text 520-200-2422 or visit rightwayac.com.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. We have the Arizona Wildcats covered on game day like no one else. We are Wildcats Radio 1290. The Meridian Wealth Management postgame show continues on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Rice crossover, can't get inside. Now puts the shot up. It's blocked by Johnson. Grabbed by Love. Ahead to Keyshot. On the run. Slam it down with the hammer. Timeout, Washington State.
Man, they had two big blocks there early in the second half. One by Ballo, one by Keyshot. Both that ended up in the hands of Caleb Love, and he was able to ignite transition to get the Wildcats dunks at the other end. Both those dunks going to Keyshot Johnson as the Wildcats made that mini run early in the second half to take the lead in the ball game. But they lose it tonight 77-74 to Washington State, and the Cougars are in first place in the Pac-12 Conference. With 4 games left to go, they lead the Wildcats by a half game.
I'm not mad about it, man. If the Bruins won the conference in the final season, it would make me mad.
You mean the Cougar? Oh, the Bruins.
If the Bruins won this conference in the final season of the Pac-12 basketball,
yeah.
If the Ducks, even the Cardinal, there's so many rivals. I would not be mad at all, to be honest, if the final season of the Pac-12, obviously you want Arizona to win every year, but I'm rooting for the Cougars. I like that team. I like their coach.
I wouldn't disagree with that. They definitely are a likable team. They're not unlikable. Except your guy, Miles Rice.
Just don't shush the crowd on your first ever made basket in that building and then go 2 for 12. That's not a good look.
They'll remember that next year. Well, maybe. Well, they won't remember it next year because we probably won't play them since they're no longer in our conference. All right. Before we go back to the phones, the time to hand out a prize or two. It is the Window Depot Glass Cleaner of the Game, and tonight that is going to go to Mr. Umar Ballo. 11 rebounds tonight, his 6th straight double-double, 16 points, 11 rebounds for Umar Ballo to go along with 2 block shots in the game. Umar Ballo is your Window Depot Glass Cleaner of the Game. Window Depot, lowest prices, biggest inventory. Shop thewindowdepot.com.
Only disappointment from the Arizona side of things is that Ballo didn't get more touches. He goes 6 for 8 from the field. And again, those guys were doing a good job mixing up their defenses and trying to prevent those passes and whatnot. I get that. But Kelvin, if he goes 6 for 8, just such an impactful force down there, drew a lot of fouls. He had it going.
Yeah, I thought early that we could have really used the high-low versus that zone that they was playing. The middle was wide open. I don't recall us at all going to the middle. Would have loved to see Pella do that again like he did that again. I think it was against Utah where he got there to the middle and just really destroyed those guys. But would have loved to see a little bit more high-low and getting that ball to Ballo down there because it seemed like he was having a lot more success in the paint than he had against them the last time they played.
Yeah, real quick. I have confidence in Caleb Love making every shot he takes because that's just the kind of player he is. And that first half, Kelvin, there was a couple of early shot clock threes. I know he's trying to feel himself and all of that, but there were 2 trips down. And the one time where he shot the 3 and then they got that rebound right back out to him, he shot a second 3. They took 10 threes in that first half, 2 for 10. I just think the more inside out this team plays, imposing that will in the paint. You saw him do that. Early on, the guards are getting their feet in the paint. Ballo was at the rim, all that stuff. It just felt like there was a couple of sections in there early that maybe midway through the first half, they set a little bit.
He was trying to bust the zone early.
Yeah.
He was trying to make a point early.
Get out of that.
And it didn't quite work out. Boswell took a couple, too.
He got that stretch, right, where he made one shot, and then the next 3 times down the court, he took shots.
Well, we were talking about the one that just boggled my mind was he had an open chance to take a mid-range and then did a jump back to the 3 and took a 3 and left it short. And I'm like, just take the mid-range shot. Why are we trying to jump back and take a 3 when you've got an open mid-range jumper right there? And I just didn't – that was part of my thing. I just didn't like the flow of the offense in that first half. I just thought guys were coming down and jacking up shots that didn't need to be jacked up early in the game. 520-848-1290. Let's hear from Howie. You're on the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show, Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hey, how are my son? Some of my favorite people. How you doing?
Well, we're hanging in there, Howie.
Yeah, good to hear you guys. Hey, that I'm watching that game, and it's reminded me of a tournament game when we're like a 2 or 3 seed playing 11, 12, 13 seed, and they're awkward, and we don't know, what's going, and they just beat us.
I think Washington State's a whole lot better than a 12 or 13 seed.
Yeah,
I don't know if I would put them on that level.
No, I'm not equating them to that, but
maybe a 2-7 or a 2-8 game, but I don't know about a 2-15 or anything like that.
Yeah. And what was interesting about them, they seemed like nothing fazed them. That guy Wells, it seemed like he could drop a nuclear bomb, and he's standing there taking threes, and at the free throw line, he's just smiling, and I don't know.
You're right. I saw that too.
Yeah, it was like nothing bothering those guys.
But you know what? That's if you know who else is like that. If you, and I know you was watching the game, and when I tell you, you're gonna be like, Coach Smith.
Yeah,
you watch Coach Smith, Cal Smith. That's how he is over there. He over there joking around. I remember at the end of the game, it was some came on the court, and most coaches would have blew their top.
Yeah.
And he just moved it to the side.
Can we talk about that for a second? Because that was I talked about that in the pregame. There was a double overtime game in '95 Kelvin was involved in. It was in Pullman. And the only reason it went to overtime is because some of the fans, after having been warned, threw stuff on the court at the very end of the game. And the Cougars got a tech, and Arizona hit free throws to send the game to overtime. And that was that we talked about that in the pregame, almost some kind of weird repeat. And obviously that's just one idiot throwing one of those glow sticks on the court. But when I saw that happen, I was like, man, we just talked about that game in '95 where people were throwing stuff on the court up in Pullman.
And like he said, unfazed, the kid hit the free throw, cool, calm, and collected.
Oh, yeah.
Coach over there, cool, calm, and collected the whole time. You never seen him get crazy, none of the game, no matter what. And his players just
play like that.
Yeah.
Another thing is, I agree with you, Calvin, 100%. Anybody that's ever played basketball would agree with you that you got to get on the guys on defense. But also on offense, you just can't have, everybody knew Love was going to take the critical shots. You got to, throughout the game, you got to have more than one or two guys scoring, that making free throws and scoring. That's, I don't know, just basic basketball.
Yeah, no, I would agree with you there, and I think that's what Coach Lloyd wants. You think about it, he has that free-flowing offense, but within, as a coach, while you're watching that game, you're watching and you're noticing there's one guy going for it. So you kind of put the ball in his hands. If I guarantee you, if Larson or somebody else had it going a little bit, Coach would have felt a little more comfortable going to those guys. But in this game, it kind of was Caleb was the one who was just seemed like he was just being super aggressive. But I do agree with you. I wish I thought early, and I never say this. You don't hear me saying this. I thought that he was looking for a shot a little too much early.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Early. I thought that let's work it a little bit and, try to come back to it. And I was hoping that didn't hurt us at the end of the day. But I don't like to see him with 20 shots and the next guy with 8.
At the end of the game, I forgot what it was, but we were up by 2 or 3, and instead of driving to the hoop, he took some really long shot. And I mentioned to my wife, we didn't need that shot. All we needed was 2 more points, to make it up 5, up 6.
Yeah. And he makes it tough for you though, because he had missed a few. And he took one, and I was like, no, and that was the one that went in. And it was like, yeah. And so then he missed another one, and then he took another one. I was like, no, and it went in. So that's who you're just dealing with. Because, I think he has a beautiful shot, but I just think this was the only game, really. It's my first, because the other games I felt like, he's trying to fill it out. He's trying to figure it out. But this game right here, for some reason, it was 4 3-pointers that I felt like it was at least 4 that I felt like he could have moved the ball and got that shot later.
Yeah, if it's contested and it's early, you got another 10 plus seconds on the shot clock, Kelvin. You just nailed it. It's like he's exactly that guy who you're like, no, yes, a lot. But you've seen him do it enough here, and obviously as a Tar Heel, that you expect him to make a lot of those wild shots. But when you're talking about the length of Washington State, I think that had a couple of those shots. He didn't have open looks out there. Those were not open threes he was taking.
No.
And some of the length on those guys, I just think he got bothered a little bit. And I agree. I just think, like I said earlier, I think if you've got it going inside and your point is to get the ball in the paint with the guards, don't take too many outside shots. He took 11 shots in the first half. And I think I had it right here in front of me a second ago, but quite a few threes. Yeah.
If I was Coach Smith, in a timeout or a huddle, I'd just tell my guys, I'd say, Caleb Love is the guy they're gonna go to, and just get on them.
Well, that's. I mean, me and DK was just going through some highlights here, and on that drive where he got to travel, he had 4 guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had 4 guys. So
everybody knew. Everybody
I guarantee you that's what he told him in the huddle. And even when he went left on that one where he got his shot blocked, he had 3 guys. He had 3 guys. But DK showed me a video. He had just made that left-hand drive.
Yeah.
Where he got all the way to the cup with no resistance. I mean, and a little bit for a veteran guy, he should have known that they were going to be there the next time. He should have known, right, Jay?
Kelvin, you just said it. When Pope hits that 3, he's got to go, and you're just going to make sure anybody but him, anybody but that dude. And the Cougars knew coming in. They had the game plan down. They knew late shot clock. They knew late game settings. Whenever Arizona's going to need a bucket, it's going to be Caleb. Caleb's going to do it. And that's why I think if you get multiple guys, and it's tough because, I mean, if Boswell's not got it going, and this wasn't Bradley's best game. He's been playing so well lately, but he wasn't playing great tonight. Yeah. In that situation, Kelvin, everybody in the building, both sidelines, and everybody in the building knows Caleb's getting that ball.
And I'd say this one other thing: that pick and roll with the lob to Ballo was working.
Yeah.
And I was disappointed we didn't go back to that a little bit more. Because for some reason they kept getting what they wanted on that roll, and they actually did come back to it. And we were just talking about we couldn't find it where Ballo was open in the middle. Caleb went left, and the big, kind of took away his vision where he couldn't see Ballo down in the lane or whatnot. But man, I just thought that pick and roll had something going today.
Yeah, it was Clough at the end when he got a shot block. Clough was the guy who got in the way. Yeah.
Clough got in the way, and then the other guy came backside and got the block.
Yeah.
If Ballo would have got that ball, he would have jammed it. That would have been 2 points.
Man, that's the one right there. Boy, I wish he could have saw him on that one. I mean, when you see it on the video, somebody took a steal shot of it, and I mean, it wasn't a guy within 4 feet of him.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
but that big fella was huge.
Well, that's the thing. If you're talking about the length, we're talking about across the board with the Cougars. I mean, and you got what's that guy, 7 foot?
Yeah,
with like a plus 7 foot wingspan. So it was a big guy to see around at that spot. Real quick, Umar 2 for 3 guys in the first half. 3 field goal attempts. Caleb had 11. I love Caleb Love. No pun intended. I'm not here to try to tell Caleb Love to stop shooting. I just think against that team with that length, imposing your will at the rim with Umar, I would love to have seen a little bit more action in the paint. Somehow find a way to get the big man the ball because obviously he's been playing really well lately. But again, tip your cap to the Cougars.
It's like any team sport. You guys know this. You need a bunch of guys participating. It's ridiculous. You just can't have one guy doing everything. It's bizarre. Besides that, he's going to get hurt or slip like he did. He's probably exhausted,
And that's where that one thing where that's where I like to set play at, right? Because I'm calling it for Ballo, get him the ball. This is where I want him to get the ball at, get it to him. I want to run that, the continuation type offense where, you just get to make your choice on where the ball goes. No, let's get the ball in there, get him a touch. And once he get that touch, if he decides to pass it back out, and we'll play off of that. And I wish we would have did just a little bit more of that, especially when the 3 ball isn't falling.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, against teams, that aren't so good, you can get away with a lot of this stuff. But you're playing against a team like Washington State or Duke or whatever you want to say, North Carolina. You know, you got to bring your A game. Everybody does that's on the team. You know.
And Isaac Jones. And I asked this: how many free throws did Isaac Jones have in the first half?
How about a zillion in the whole game?
Well, I just noticed in the second half he seemed to just get a little bit more aggressive.
He only had 3 in the first half.
He only had 3, so 8 basically in the second half. Yeah. And they got aggressive and started sending him. He was getting the ball at the elbow, attacking downhill. Trying to get our guys in foul trouble, trying to be physical. They just did a great job of getting him in spots where he could be effective at.
Yeah. You gotta play hard against a guy like that. You know, that guy's gonna back you in, and he's gonna do all kinds of stuff.
Really unorthodox too, Kelvin.
Yeah. Oh boy, those fakes and
Yeah.
the things that he could do. But you know what? Those chips on their shoulder, man. And I like guys like all the guys on their roster, man, because they're the people that don't get recruited heavy and. People look over them a little bit, and they get an opportunity like this, man, and to come through. You know, you're proud for those guys, but again, you do want to see them again, man. You definitely want to see them again.
I'm sorry, man. How could you not root again? I know Arizona just lost to this team, but how could you not root for a team that's got a fresh third-year freshman who's a cancer survivor, and all these guys, like Kelvin said, who are cast-offs or didn't get a shot or weren't offered scholarships or, were lower-starred players, they're all playing with the chip. They're playing like, hey, we're one of the 2 teams that didn't get asked to join a Power 5 conference, Power 4 conference after this thing splits up. We got some ballers up here, too, and they're just playing really, really good basketball right now. So impressed.
That's, I don't know how it is down there, but up here, with Oregon State fans, you see them all over the place, and then once in a while you see a Washington State sweatshirt or whatever. But that that was an insult, to those guys. I think, and I think they think that way also. They were left out of all this whole mess, and that adds to like, hey, we're going to beat these guys.
Howie, we appreciate your call. Thanks so much.
Yeah, take care.
All right. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Wildcats fall to Washington State 77-74. We'll hear from Tommy Lloyd coming up. Also, we may let you hear as well from Kyle Smith, who spoke after the ball game. It's the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290.
This hour of the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show is brought to you by Humane Society of Southern Arizona, Lexus of Tucson, Nova Home Loans, Recon Auto Detail, Ride Now Power Sports Tucson, Tucson Police Department, Broadway in Tucson, Dave & Buster's Tucson, Dorado Rock, First Choice Pools, The Good Feet Store, Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, O'Reilly Chevrolet, Ram Plumbing, Restaurant Supply Store, Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Rocking KA Master Plan Community Design by Nature, University Termite and Pest Control.
Do you often worry you left the garage door open? With a LiftMaster garage door opener powered by MyQ, you'll never worry again. You can control, secure, and monitor your garage from your smartphone anytime from anywhere through the MyQ app. As an authorized LiftMaster dealer, we have smart openers designed for your needs, including belt drive motors for ultra-quiet operation, integrated camera for live video streaming, and battery backup that lets you in when the power is out.
Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates is your authorized local LiftMaster dealer. Visit KaiserDoor.com for more information.
Coach Tommy Lloyd here. Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing is the ultimate team when it comes to your home's comfort.
Thinking about replacing your heating and air system? It's February at Right Way.
These are some of the slowest months of the year. We have equipment in stock and our crews are available.
And to spark business, we're including an 80% furnace absolutely free with the purchase of an air conditioning system.
And if that's not enough, we'll include a Wi-Fi thermostat, 10-year parts and labor warranty, plus we have zero interest financing available.
Call or text 520-200-2422 or visit rightwayac.com.
Here's an important message from University Termite and Pest Control. The weather is cooler here, and so pests are seeking alternative housing. Do you need a professional? University Termite and Pest Control has been serving Tucson since 1974. You can be assured University Termite and Pest Control will keep you pest-free using the most responsible products and application methods. 28 school districts, 3 hospitals, 2 colleges, 1 university, and thousands of homeowners trust University Termite and Pest Control for the past 50 years. You can too. University Termite and Pest Control. Find us online at bepestfree.com.
Desperate buyers have created tremendous opportunity for sellers. If you've had the slightest thought of selling your home, it's time to call Sean Poston with the Poston Results Team at Keller Williams, Southern Arizona. Why choose the Poston Results Team? Past performance, more money in your pocket, over a 65% referral rate, an incredible Poston Results Team staff, and most important, communication, because you and your home matter. The Poston Results Team. When buying and selling really mattered, go to TucsonHomeValues.com. That's TucsonHomeValues with an S.com.
The Window Depot is proud to sponsor the first look at today's game and would like to invite Arizona Wildcat fans to visit one of their Tucson warehouses. The Window Depot provides over 1,000 in-stock vinyl windows, interior and exterior doors, plus granite and quartz countertops, and a huge selection of custom cabinetry, all at the lowest prices in town. Consider the Window Depot your MVP when it comes to your home improvement needs. Stores are open Monday through Saturday, or order online at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
Make sure your family is safe and warm during the cooler months. I'm Ron Arenas, the owner of Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. Heating is our middle name, and we can make sure your furnace is running efficiently. Call us at 520-440-4069 for honest heating and plumbing service to the Tucson area for over 20 years.
As Arizona's leading personal injury law firm for more than 30 years, Goldberg & Osborne agrees, bear down, Arizona. With offices statewide, including 5 in Tucson and Southern Arizona, the Eagle gives you home field advantage. More than 1,800 5-star Google reviews prove Goldberg & Osborne has the playbook for any situation. So after any accident, let the attorneys voted best personal injury law firm tackle that insurance company and get you the settlement you deserve. Goldberg & Osborne, 1-800-THE-EAGLE.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rock & Kay, nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills. Enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. Hit the community trails, explore local parks like Saguaro National and Colossal Cave, and mingle at private Diamond Community Park events. In the top-rated Vail School District, Rock & Kay is close to work, shopping, and services. Tour 11 different model homes by top-tier builders, offering move-in-ready homes and special incentives. LiveRockandK.com. Designed by nature, proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
Driving the lane, dunking on the competition, and playing as a team. These are things we'll see this season watching our Wildcats play basketball. These happen to be the things you'll also find when you buy your next vehicle from O'Reilly Chevrolet. The only difference is at O'Reilly, nobody gets penalized for traveling. Heck, we actually encourage it. See us on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or find new roads at O'Reilly.com, where you can experience our version of a steal. O'Reilly Chevrolet, more than a great price.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
Tired of dry, itchy skin? Have mineral buildup at every faucet. Ram Plumbing's affordable, green, eco-friendly water softener and alkalized purification systems are built right here in our great state of Arizona and use a fraction of the wastewater as their competitors. Want soft water, non-chlorinated, or the best alkalized drinking water? You can trust Ram Plumbing to be your one-stop shop. Ask about their Water Taste Challenge. 40th year anniversary savings, up to $500 off water systems and $40 off any service. If your plumbing's in trouble, call Ram on the double.
This is the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Over to Wells, angle left, back top for Rice. Walks the dribble now. Picked up by Johnson, trying to cross him over. Rice fire at top. Wells deep three straight away is good.
Yeah, deep three as in about 30 feet from the basket three there for Jalen Wells. That was with about 4 minutes left in the game. It gave Wazzu a 4-point advantage at that particular moment. Arizona did rally to take the lead, but Washington State wins it 77-74 on a 4-point play by Jalen Wells in the final minute. A 3 and a foul by Keyshawn Johnson that allowed the Cougars to retake the lead by 1. Arizona could not get a shot off on a turnover by Caleb Love at the offensive end. couple of free throws made by Washington State, and that was pretty much the ball game from there.
Real quick on Howie's point, the current bracketology experts have the Cougars as an 8 seed.
Okay.
Currently in the tournament.
There you go.
Not
that sounds
13
about
or
right.
whatever it was.
And I bet you that boy Wells' name is starting to come up on some draft boards.
He's long, real long.
And Kyle Smith's name is starting to come up on the Coach of the Year national boards. In fact, let's go back to McHale Center and hear a few of the post-game comments from one Kyle Smith.
Incredible win for our program. Our guys just really got it down. I felt like, they're really hard to defend, and they opened up a little bit in that second half with some transition, and we hung around just enough, what you want to do on the road, and down 3, they really defended us well. We were able to come up with that offensive rebound. Andre had great awareness, and actually I think the officials passed in a reach on the floor, thank you. And he found Jalen, and Jalen got, clipped and makes a shot, and kind of what you have to do to win down here. We were very fortunate, so very good. We only turned over 9 times.
He just told us that he didn't see the rim as he was going up for that 3. What do you make of that?
Probably. You know what I mean? He's that kind of, he's in the gym so much, he probably knows where he is on the floor, like probably has in the muscle memory there. And, he hit a couple of the other, the 2 he hit to put us up 2, I think was insane. 4 on the shot clock, he hits a leaner. Obviously he's not afraid. And, I felt really good with him, unbelievable. So it was nice to see.
And then Ruben played some of his most minutes all season. What'd you make of this play?
It was awesome. Yeah. And he's young, and Oscar was so good in the last game. It's hard to explain to a young guy, like, don't get discouraged. And I pointed out to him, last time we played Arizona, he had our best plus minus on the team. And he going against Balos and those guys, Ruben's really effective, and his attitude, his work ethic, and getting double-double. He's a believer, man, so really proud of him. Been a team guy. It's just exciting to see him to help win such a big game.
Yeah, he's talking about Ruben Chinyelu there, who, again, finished the game with 12 points and 11 rebounds, had a plus-minus of 9. That was the best on the squad off the bench for the Cougars tonight, as they win it by a score of 77-74. It was Kyle Smith and some of his post-game comments after the game. I found the picture you were talking about, Kelvin. I'm going to put it up for those of you that are watching on one of our many video streams. We're streaming this show tonight on Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch at Wildcats Radio 1290, Twitter at Wildcats 1290. This was the shot I think you were talking about, with 13 seconds left in the game, where Caleb had a wide open Umar Ballo in the lane. If he had seen him for what could have been anything, an easy lay-in, an alley-oop dunk, anything right there to give the Wildcats a chance to win the game.
One thing I'll say on that is, from being a guard, is, and J-Dub, you tell me what you think on this. Going left makes it harder, right?
Yeah.
Going left make it harder because
not a lot of people are like really confident passing with that offhand, right?
With that offhand, he would have to do like a hook pass around that left side hip, around his left hip.
Isn't that why Steve Nash won 2 MVPs? Because he could do that.
Yeah, that's a tough pass for an off guard right there. That's why you usually see those guys going to their strong hand, going right. And he actually did on that last shot when he traveled. He went right.
Yeah.
But Barlow set the screen on his left side, which I didn't understand. I thought he should have set it to the right because the right side had more room as far as, space on the court is concerned. But, man, I wish he could have seen him right there. And I look at this picture here, and I'm pretty sure this is the one where he got all the way to the rim. And the backside guy who we see on the bottom right there, that's closer to him on the right side, he came over and blocked the shot.
Yeah.
He came over and blocked the shot. Man, I wish right here, J-Dub, what would have been the perfect play, what the coaches always say don't do?
What's that?
The jump pass.
Right.
Like you jump up like you're going to shoot it, and then you pass it right there to Barlow. Man, but, he couldn't see it because I guarantee if he could have saw it, he would have made the pass.
Yeah. Isaac Jones was the one, Clough was the one guarding him there, but Jones was the one that got the block.
He came across and
on
got
that
the block.
play.
But look where he came from.
Yeah, he's
look where he came from to get the block,
he's
man.
He's right there at the on the other side of the key.
Yeah,
great effort.
almost at the elbow.
Yeah.
So, man, I wish
he was waiting. I mean, he already knew that Caleb Love was going to have the ball in his hands. What was that, like 15 seconds left in the game? Something like that? I mean, that was a late game scenario.
13, yeah. Man, I wish right there he could have saw that.
Would have been nice. Would have been nice for sure. Shout out to Shane Dale, posted that. He does a great podcast up in the Phoenix area, Wildcat Country.
And before, like,
U of A grad.
Before listeners or whatever, get carried away. I was going to say don't get carried away, but hey, you do you. But here's the thing, like, every play in a game matters. So it's not as if that play lost the game. It's not as if the offensive rebound with the kick out to Wells lost the game. All the plays. You lost the game because of not making every play in that 40 minutes, Kelvin. I mean, you just have to look at it like that. There's no one play. You can't point the finger at one player and say if you had done this because, that same player gives a plus on the other side at some other situation in the game. Like, it's just how it works.
Exactly. And as a player and looking at it from, coach player, I'm thinking that he's going to see that and know in the game in the future, they're going to double me. Yeah, I mean, and in that case, they didn't double him. But, I'm creating openings with my aggression. And, yes, I want to score. And, yes, I want to, do whatever it takes to make the team win because I totally think that's the type of guy Caleb is. He's trying to do whatever it takes to make the team win.
For sure.
But while I'm doing that, I have to understand where my guys are at and understanding that I'm probably getting favorable matchups either by getting double teamed or a switch with a big. I have to be able to understand and have the wherewithal to say, and I was telling DK this, when I knew I had that big right there, it only had 13 seconds, but when I knew I had that big, I think I would have pulled the dribble back.
Yeah.
I would have pulled my dribble back.
Either that or Hezzy cross left to right, which was where the opening was. There's nobody there. That's where Balo was. He was there. Under the basket on that play was wide open, right?
Yeah, I wanted to get back to the middle.
Yeah,
I wanted to get back to the middle because you see how they shading them over to the left third. That's what if I was the defense, that's what I would want to do. If I got Caleb going left and he beat me going left, so be it. But when I'm looking right here, you got Caleb right where you want him. You agree?
Yeah.
You got him. You got him going
Clough
away from the. You got him to the basket with his left hand. It's gonna be tough to make a play with that right hand. Yeah, Cuff doing exactly what he should do. He's pressing up on his right shoulder, taking away that right hand.
Yeah, and he's not gonna be moving his feet. Right, as well. Hence they already knew Jones was coming. Jones was coming for that block.
Oh man,
before
he's
Caleb,
right.
Yeah.
He
before
was getting
Caleb
ready to time it. He timing it right at the top.
Yeah, it was good team defense. I mean, it's unfortunate he didn't see Balo, but it happens.
Yeah.
All right, 520-848-1290 is the number for you to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. Again, you can watch the show on any of those platforms, Facebook Live, YouTube, or Twitch. Also, you can watch it on our app. In fact, download our app. Text app to 520-848-1290. I'll send you a link, and you can download our app to take it wherever you want to go and to listen or watch these programs as we give them to you every game, pregame and postgame. Meridian Wealth Management postgame show. Wildcats lose it by a score of 77-74. We'll review our keys to the game and a few more things. We'll hear from the head coach, Tommy Lloyd, and more when we come back. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Southern Arizona Radiology Associates have been dedicated to providing superior images and quality care for the last 35 years. They're the one you trust when you need an X-ray, CT scan, ultrasound, mammogram, or MRI. They have locations in Tucson, Green Valley, and Sierra Vista. Ask your doctor to refer you to Southern Arizona Radiology Associates today. That's Southern Arizona Radiology Associates. Visit their website at sararadiology.com or call 520-335-6849 for more information.
Are you ready to adopt? Come to the Humane Society of Southern Arizona. When you adopt from us, you will save more than one life. You'll also make room for the next pet in need. The Humane Society of Southern Arizona has been compassionately serving pets and the people who love them since 1944. Our knowledgeable adoption matchmakers will help you find the right pet for your home and support you after you adopt. We are open 7 days a week at our main campus at 635 West Roger Road. Learn more and see adoptable pets at hssaz.org.
Does it feel like the price of everything is going up, up, up? We can't control the price of gas or groceries, but at Royal Kia, we never add market adjustments, even while other dealers add fees because inventory is limited. At Royal Kia, you can rest assured you won't pay market adjustments, and we stand by our transparent online pricing. Royal Kia, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer installed options, and $529 doc fee. Royal Kia, Speedway in Columbus or royalkia.com.
At Standard Restaurant Supply, their vision and number one goal is to improve the lives of their customers and clients by providing a better culinary experience. Standard Restaurant Supply, if it's in a restaurant and not food, they have it. Open to the public, no membership fees, and they offer bulk store pricing without the bulk store purchase. Open Monday through Saturday at 601 South Cherry Avenue or call 885-2345. Standard Restaurant Supply is a proud sponsor of the U of A Radio Sports broadcast.
Think of waking up with energy, standing tall and feeling free. Think First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
First Chiropractic offers military discounts to retired and disabled veterans, and they now accept patients with access insurance. For more information and to find the location nearest you, visit firstchiro.com, the most trusted name in chiropractic care.
First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
Most financial advisors I know have had a moment in their career where they thought, with more control, I would do things differently for my client's sake. This is Natalie Fernandez with Meridian Wealth Management, and our firm was created by advisors with the understanding that we need flexibility, control, and decision-making power to create the best experience for our clients. If you're an advisor interested in learning more about our growing firm, call me at 719-1433 to talk more today.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
The Window Depot is proud to sponsor the first look at today's game and would like to invite Arizona Wildcat fans to visit one of their Tucson warehouses. The Window Depot provides over 1,000 in-stock vinyl windows, interior and exterior doors, plus granite and quartz countertops, and a huge selection of custom cabinetry, all at the lowest prices in town. Consider the Window Depot your MVP when it comes to your home improvement needs. Stores are open Monday through Saturday, or order online at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
True Wildcat fans know that when you're looking for the best place to watch all the big games on big screens, drinking cold beer and having the best food, all paths lead to Desert Diamond. Bet on your Wildcats and all your favorite teams 24/7 on our easy-to-use kiosks. Come chill on our comfy couches and build your best bet at Arizona's best bet, the Desert Diamond Sportsbook and Bar.
An enterprise of the Tohono O'odham Nation.
Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Desert Diamond Casino is licensed in Arizona.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rock and K. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills. Enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. Explore natural open space, a network of connecting trails, and a community park within the Vale School District. Visit Lennar's 2 communities in Rock and K with home savings up to $35,000 and limited time interest rate and closing cost incentives on select move-in ready homes. Live rockandk.com. Designed by Nature, proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
Here's an important message from University Termite and Pest Control. The weather is cooler here, and so pests are seeking alternative housing. Do you need a professional? University Termite and Pest Control has been serving Tucson since 1974. You can be assured University Termite and Pest Control will keep you pest-free using the most responsible products and application methods. 28 school districts, 3 hospitals, 2 colleges, 1 university, and thousands of homeowners trust University Termite and Pest Control for the past 50 years. You can too. University Termite and Pest Control. Find us online at bepestfree.com.
The Meridian Wealth Management Postgame Show continues on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290. Tucson. What happened with today's best bets? Did the Cats beat the spread? It's time to look at the best bets. Brought to you by Desert Diamond Sportsbook, Arizona's best bet.
All right, let's see what it looked like on the big board over at the Desert Diamond Casino. Arizona was a 13-point favorite in this game. I was the only one that made that mistake and laid the line in favor of Arizona. Kelvin and J-Dub both took the Cougars and the points in this one, so they come up winners on that end. And how about this for the first time this year? We have a push.
Yeah.
A push.
They know what they're doing.
On the over-under, 151 was the number. 151 is what it came in at tonight.
It was
That's hard to
in
do.
the first half. I didn't think it was going to get close.
Right? No, it was low scoring. Yeah. With about 4 minutes to go, I think it was like 23-25 or something like
Right.
that.
I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And I sure hate I be in the game worrying about that. I think I'm like, man. I was like,
So one loss and a push for me, one win and a push for Kelvin and J-Dub. I think I'm still winning. I recreated the standings after I accidentally deleted them last week. So I entered 2 up on J-Dub, 3 up on Kelvin. So we'll call it now 2 and 1 up now with the push in there as well, heading into Washington on Saturday. That's how it looked at the Desert Diamond Casino.
Those are today's best bets. They're brought to you by Desert Diamond Sportsbook, Arizona's best bet.
520-848-1290. Let's hear from Doug on the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show.
Hey, guys. Well, let's see. 1:41 in the morning is about how long it took me to calm down enough to call. I mean, you guys handle it better than I do. I take these things really deep, and it's painful because you work so hard all season to try to get yourself in position to where you can win this championship in the regular season. The last Pac-12 championship, you know, and you get the one team at home, you know, that if you beat them, you have a 2-game cushion with 4 games left, and somehow we didn't pull it out. You know, I'm with you. You got to give a lot of credit to Smith and the Cougs. I mean, they are a well-balanced team. They are the biggest team out there. They're disciplined. They know, and they were unafraid. Like all the things that you and the callers have said, they were unafraid. They made free throws down the stretch. I mean, I'd like to look at the play-by-play maybe and see when was the last time they missed a free throw, because that was crucial for them just to keep the foot on the gas. But it's just mind-boggling that we went 0-3 against the Pac-2. I mean, that's unbelievable, against Washington State and Oregon State. We went 0-3.
Yeah.
And yet we're, you know, currently at least we're a projected 1 seed. But going into the season, if I tell you that we're losing all 3 games to Washington State and Oregon State, that's just, it blows your mind. Like, even in a mediocre year, you don't expect that. But in a year when we're a projected 1 seed, you know, but this is not your daddy's Washington State. I mean, they're a nasty team. They're a pretty filthy team. I still think we should have won. And so I'm not fixated on the last minute. You know, you'd love to see us execute better there, but I mean, at halftime, I was pacing around the outer concourse in McHale, like, what are we doing? You know, why are we down 1? And there were just a lot of things. I wrote down a few. Obviously, we missed a lot of free throws, and especially at home when the crowd's quiet and nobody's waving any balloons in your face. Although maybe people should have put the glow sticks down when we were shooting. I don't know. But, I mean, you can't be doing that. Not closing out on shooters, especially in the first half, I thought. Maybe we got a little better. That's been a problem with this team all year. And I don't just mean on threes, but there were some times in the first half, even some of our better defenders, they were getting within 3 feet of the shooter, but not 1 foot of the shooter. And that extra 2 feet is all the guy needs, and Kelvin knows that. And so I just thought, like, we've got to close out all the way on the shooter and just trust that you've got somebody down under the basket that's a stopper if they decide to pump fake and drive past you. Allowing guys to just back us down. I mean, it's just, I guess that's the physicality that Washington State brings. But, I mean, if all you can do is shake your head and say, well, Washington State's good at that, well, then we're just going to lose to anybody else that has the equipment to do that. I mean, there has to be an answer there. And then boxing out on rebounds. I just thought, you know, you don't just go up for the ball, you box out your man. And I just thought there were a lot of missed opportunities to end a defensive possession by securing a rebound, or to get an offensive second chance point opportunity. And then the last thing I wrote down was just bench points. Washington State destroyed us on bench points. And it's, in a game like this, I mean, give the starters credit. They played their guts out, and, you know, they were playing like the entire second half, probably on fumes. And, you know, not too many guys coming in for minutes off the bench, but you still would like to see a little bit more production there. So I mean, those are just some of my frustrations. I don't know if you wanted to react to any of those.
Well, in a 3-point game, you lose second chance 14-9. That stands out for sure in a contest like this. And I think the other thing for me, out of everything that you said there, Doug, was I thought, in terms of the closing out on shooters, I didn't think I didn't see anything out of the ordinary there in the first half that I've not seen before. And they didn't really, they didn't make shots. So I think that was a positive for Arizona. But I just thought that, from our standpoint, you've got to make free throws. If you don't make free throws in tight games, you're just not going to win.
Yeah, I don't think it was defense really as much. I mean, if you look at their stars, they really did a great job on Rice and Jagomovsky. Not that he's their star, but Jagomovsky's a very good shooter. He goes 1 for 8 tonight, Rice 2 for 12. Overall, they shot 41.9% on the game, did the Cougars. I think the defense was okay. I mean, I understand exactly what you're talking about, Doug, about those closeouts because it's been an issue at times this season. I just think the biggest thing I think you said that I completely agree with is closing out those defensive boards, especially. A couple of times there, especially Chin Yelu got in there a couple of times and just super athletic, big body guy. And you got to remember, Jones, you're talking about backing guys down. What does Jones weigh? 250?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big dude, and he's the guy doing most of the backing down. Chen Yelu and Jones, I saw a couple times get that ball. But, yeah, I mean, again, there's no one play I think you can point to. There's some things you can clean up, but I just think overall it's just a really good Cougar team. Unfortunate you can't get that lead, Doug, in the conference and down the stretch of the last season in the conference, but it's not over yet. It's not over yet.
No, it's not. It's not over, and now we're in this really, really weird space, and it's happened a couple times in my life where we actually have to hope that the rivals up north win a game. And I'll stop short of saying that I'm rooting for them, but I would take it. Like I would take it if they want to help us, win the title. Because on Saturday, maybe Washington State comes down off of their high and plays a little flat, and that other team decides that they're tired of losing. They just lost a hard one in overtime tonight. To Washington, and who knows, maybe they'll surprise us and we can all send them a thank you card or something. But there were a couple times like back in the 90s where the standing situation was just so you had to root for them, and it hurts to do that. But I mean, I would take it at this point if they can help us out. We need help one way or the other.
We do. Hey, Doug, rebound quickly because you got to win on Saturday.
Oh, yeah. And by the way, thanks, conference, for always, this is not the first time we've had the 9 p.m. and turn around to the noon. It's not. I mean, it's just not. And I actually tweeted to Brett Yormark in the Big 12, and I don't know if he ever saw it, but just saying, hey, I hope you can clean this up when we get to your conference because the Pac-12 has done this way too many times I'm pretty sure it's not just Arizona, but it's just not fair to college kids. And they're supposed to go to school tomorrow and then wake up Saturday morning, and I don't know. It's just not right.
It's because this is a nationally televised game, and Saturday's game is a nationally televised game. So the
if you want to call
price
FS2
for being
nationally televised, I don't think FS2 is a very premier.
FS1 was tonight, and CBS is Saturday. So you're talking about nationally televised
CBS.
games. The price to pay for fame is getting those slots. The 9 p.m. slot is ridiculous. Anytime the basketball game tips off at 9 is stupid. But I understand why they do it. And the noon tip-off is literally because even though Washington's not a great team this year, Arizona is a marquee team that will get ratings, and that's why they're on live TV, and the only slot they had was at noon. So it's just that victim of your own success thing.
Yep.
Well, we had plenty of excuses going to the Colorado game, and we still played great in that game. So I'm hoping that, it's just me as a fan worrying about this, and that the players are going to come ready and bounce back. And all we can do is control what we can control. So we'll just try to win the rest of our games, and if it doesn't work out that we win the 1 seed in Vegas, maybe we'll have the co-championship, which happened once. I think it was 1990 against Oregon State. We were co-champions. And then we can try to win Vegas and build momentum towards the Biggie. So
Doug,
those are my thoughts.
Doug, appreciate you as always.
All right, guys. Thanks. Have a good night.
All right.
Whatever it is.
Absolutely. All right, let's get a break in here. We'll come back. We'll review our keys to the games and have a few more thoughts and hear from the coach. Wildcats lose 77-74. You're listening to the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290.
This hour of the Meridian Wealth Management Postgame Show is brought to you by Humane Society of Southern Arizona, Lexus of Tucson, Nova Home Loans, Recon Auto Detail, Ride Now Power Sports Tucson, Tucson Police Department, Broadway in Tucson, Dave & Buster's Tucson, Dorado Rock, First Choice Pools, The Good Feet Store, Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, O'Reilly Chevrolet, Ram Plumbing, Restaurant Supply Store, Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Rocking KA Master Plan Community Design by Nature, University Termite and Pest Control.
Cantina nachos, strawberry watermelon margaritas, a few zombie kills, and all your favorite sports teams live? When your day calls for some winning, it's time for Dave & Buster's, where you can eat, drink, play, and watch all the sports you want. They've got massive HD TVs, hundreds of the hottest new games, a chef-crafted menu, and an incredible list of beers, wines, and cocktails. So remember, if your day calls for a little victory, a little triumph, a little win, it's probably calling for Dave & Buster's.
The new Blue Whale Car Wash, formerly Octopus Car Wash, is now open. They're locally owned and operated and offer many ways for you to save. Start now by downloading the Blue Whale Car Wash app. Then visit their website at bluewhalecarwashaz.com to find a location near you. Don't forget to follow them on Instagram and Facebook for even more savings. And for a limited time, their exterior-only wash is $5 at all 4 locations. Blue Whale Car Wash, proud radio sponsor of the University of Arizona Wildcats.
Old Pueblo Harley-Davidson is the pre-owned inventory destination. With hundreds of pre-owned Harley-Davidson motorcycles to choose from, save $2,000 or even $6,000 at Old Pueblo Harley's pre-owned clearance sale. Now through the end of the month, Old Pueblo is accepting 100% of all credit applications with low financing options available. Take a test ride and receive a free dealer tee. Only at Old Pueblo Harley-Davidson or online at oldpuebloharley.com. Some restrictions may apply. See dealer for details.
Driving the lane, dunking on the competition, and playing as a team. These are things we'll see this season watching our Wildcats play basketball. These happen to be the things you'll also find when you buy your next vehicle from O'Reilly Chevrolet. The only difference is at O'Reilly, nobody gets penalized for traveling. Heck, we actually encourage it. See us on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or find new roads at O'Reilly.com, where you can experience our version of a steal. O'Reilly Chevrolet, more than a great price.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
Tired of dry, itchy skin? Have mineral buildup at every faucet. Ram Plumbing's affordable, green, eco-friendly water softener and alkalized purification systems are built right here in our great state of Arizona and use a fraction of the wastewater as their competitors. Want soft water, non-chlorinated, or the best alkalized drinking water? You can trust Ram Plumbing to be your one-stop shop. Ask about their Water Taste Challenge. 40th year anniversary savings, up to $500 off water systems and $40 off any service. If your plumbing's in trouble, call Ram on the double.
The Window Depot is proud to sponsor the first look at today's game and would like to invite Arizona Wildcat fans to visit one of their Tucson warehouses. The Window Depot provides over 1,000 in-stock vinyl windows, interior and exterior doors, plus granite and quartz countertops, and a huge selection of custom cabinetry, all at the lowest prices in town. Consider the Window Depot your MVP when it comes to your home improvement needs. Stores are open Monday through Saturday, or order online at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
Day in and day out, we're inundated with commercials asking to review your portfolio or telling you to get a second opinion. This is Natalie Fernandez with Meridian Wealth Management, and I want to share the advice I give people every day. Talk to 3 different advisors at 3 different firms. It's important to understand their differences and find someone you can trust. I want Meridian to be one of your 3, and then you will decide who is best for you. To learn more, call us at 719-1433 today.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
Experiencing the Sonoran Desert's natural wonders comes easy at Rock & Kay. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills, enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. 6 model homes are now open to tour at Del Webb at Rock & Kay. Here, life is about more than just beautiful homes. It's about the experiences waiting outside your front door at this new 55-plus active adult neighborhood. LiveRockandK.com. Designed by nature, built for you. Proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
The Meridian Wealth Management Postgame Show continues on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290. The Pac-12 scoreboard is brought to you by Mesquite Valley Growers. Mesquite Valley Growers. Real growers, real experience, real nursery.
Jalen Wells and Caleb Love each scored 27 points in this game here in Tucson tonight. Number 21 Washington State beats Arizona 77-74. The Cougars 12-4 in the Pac-12. They have a half-game lead on the Wildcats.
I can't overstate the fact that they started 1-3, guys.
Yeah,
1-3 is their start in the conference. Right?
1-3. They've won 8 and is it
11-1 since?
Yeah, 11-1 with 8 straight wins now.
Yep.
Pretty impressive. Up in Tempe, Arizona State loses and home in overtime to Washington, 84-82. So the Huskies coming here 7-9. Both those teams are 7-9 in conference play right now. 2 straight losses for the Sun Devils after they had won a couple of games in a row. California beats Oregon State 81-73. So the Golden Bears are now 8-8 in conference play, and the Beavers fall to 3-13. The other game was a road game for Oregon at Stanford, and the Ducks win it 78-65 in that ball game. So the Ducks are 10-5. They are one game behind Arizona heading into the weekend. Those were the 4 games on the schedule. There's a couple of rivalry games coming up on Saturday as USC will play UCLA and Utah will play Colorado. Only one other game in the Pac-12, I should say in the top 25 this past evening or yesterday evening now, as it was Thursday, and we're now into Friday. Purdue, all over Rutgers, the number 3 Boilermakers, beat the Scarlet Knights 96-68 despite 25 points from Zach Edey. That is a look at your scoreboard. And we'll also tell you the Suns lost in their first game back from the All-Star break as they go on the road to Dallas. Led early, but the Suns fall 123-113. Luka Doncic, 41 points, 9 rebounds, 11 assists for the Mavericks, 35 points for Devin Booker in that game. We'll also tell you Arizona softball, number 22 in the country, knocked off Drake at home by a score of 6-3 in the Hillenbrand Invitational.
D-Book did his 35 on 21 shots.
Yeah.
That's very, very efficient.
Pretty impressive indeed. All right, let's take a look at our keys to the game.
Wildcats fans, how did today's Keys to the Game go for the Wildcats? Keys to the Game are brought to you by the Royal Automotive Group. Royal Automotive, the dealership that is different.
Well, I think we have to win the rebound battle. They're a real good rebounding team. They play 4 forwards. So when you see a team that play a majority forwards or bigs, they have to count on rim protection and rebounding. So I think that we have to try to win that rebounding battle, and all 5 guys must rebound. Their guys, 4 of their guys do a great job. We got to have all 5 rebounding, especially on the defensive end. We also need at least 40 points in the paint to offset their scoring in the paint. And then I think we can't allow them to dominate there. And we also have to stop Isaac Jones, Keishad, Ballo. We need a bigger guy on him. I thought last time we had guards on him too many times. They got caught in switches, and he posted them up and scored on those guys easily. I actually would love Ballo and Krivas to have him even more so than Keishad having him, because I think a bigger body on it will make it tougher on him.
If you get to that 40 in the paint, Kelvin, you might be on the winning side tonight.
Yeah. I think we was at 36, so we needed 4 more points, so that would have been exactly just enough to get it done. So, yeah, I knew we was going to have to get some points in there, and I wish we were able to get to Ballo a little bit more and Keishad, or even get the guards penetrating in there. But, they had that change in defense, and it was a little difficult on the guys.
Did win the battle of the boards but just by 1. Not sufficient enough in dominating the glass tonight for Arizona.
Yeah, I think we've talked about it all show. I think their interior defense is really the key to me from last game out. You just can't shy away from that. I don't care if you only had 32 points in the paint. Key number 1 for me is don't settle for outside shots. 7 for 24 from deep in that last game in Pullman. Don't want to see that many. I'd like to see 20 or less threes, maybe even lower than that, closer to 15. And again, closer to 45 points in the paint, whether that's the guards or Ballo, Keyshawn, those guys getting the ball. I agree with Kelvin completely. Also, you got to have tough on-ball defense. Keep those drivers out of the lane. Rice, keep them out of the lane. Make sure that whoever's matched up versus Jones, you got to make sure if that's Keyshawn, Pella at times, just be solid on-ball one-on-one. And number 3, pretty basic. I just want to see the Cats play Arizona basketball like they have these past 5 games, meaning come with purpose, force of will, punch them in the mouth. Their coach said something about the Cats being like Tyson in his prime and coming trying to knock you out. Took a little while there for them to get that done versus the school up north. But in that building, guys, tonight, McHale Center, the fans know what happened last time these two teams played. They know what happened last time the Cougars were in Tucson. Just come out and play for that crowd with that energy, and they'll get it done. Those are my keys.
Took under 23s, did the Wildcats in the game like you wanted to see there, J-Dub, but obviously got to make more than 5.
Yeah, and they did bring a force of will, too. I just think the Cougars matched. I think the Cougars played really smart. I think they followed their game plan, and they were very physical as well. And that's led to a lot of buckets down the stretch there in the last 10 minutes, especially Jones started really being physical down the stretch and posting those guys up and just doing work down there. So,
Kelvin, you asked me before the game, what does Ballo have to do to put himself in the player of the year conversation? I think he needs to dominate on the block. He needs to dominate on the block like what we saw from Isaac Jones when he got the ball down low. I'd like to see him be more of that physical presence every time he gets the ball on that low block and score with authority down there.
But one thing I would say about that though, I felt like Washington State had made a heck of an effort to get him the ball in position where he could score.
Yeah, and the difference is they were fronting Ballo. Like they fronted Ballo quite a bit, so those passes had to go over the top, right? Especially if he got that center that when he rim runs and he gets that position, then they got a front. As opposed to Jones, who's more crafty on ball with his handle, and he's really trying to back guys down. He got all those really unorthodox angles that he comes at you with shots, fade away, kind of half hook, Kelvin, like over the top of his head. So, yeah, totally different players, but I agree. I mean, I just think Ballo, that's why I say Ballo. I just think with this offense and Coach Lloyd, the more you establish post touches, and Ballo with only 8 field goal attempts and only those 3 in the first half, I just think you got to get him the ball more, establish that post.
And my keys, I'll kind of continue with the crowd there. That's going to be my number one key tonight. Loud. The Wazzu Cougars have not played in front of a 5-figure crowd all season long. And so this crowd needs to bring it, to rattle them tonight, to put them into bad situations, to make them feel uncomfortable in this building. This is, if you're all about Arizona basketball, this is the night to be all about it and be loud from whistle to whistle in this ball game. I'll go back to the point I just made. I think you got to get to the line in this ball game. Shot faking is going to be important. Shot fakes, get their guys in the air. Try to get yourself some fouls and get to the line. Kelvin, like you mentioned, maybe some of those guards getting in there, those high percentage guys who can knock down those free throws. I'd like to see one of those guys maybe be Pella Larson. Get in there and get himself to the line maybe 7 to 10 times in this ball game. Get over 25 free throws. I think the more easy points you can get in this ball game against this team, the better. And like both of you guys said, you've got to be able to get the ball into the paint. Scoring the paint in this ball game is going to be very important for the Arizona Wildcats if they think that they can take control of this Pac-12 conference race, because if they win tonight, they're in the driver's seat heading down the home stretch for a Pac-12 conference title. And my last key is do not lose Andre Yakimovsky,
big man.
Because we've had trouble with those big guys that can shoot threes this season. Make sure that you know where he is and have a hand in his face, and preferably somebody of a taller sense. Yakimovsky didn't really hurt the Wildcats tonight. Just 1 of 8, missed all 4 of his threes, so they did not let him get away. I thought the crowd I mentioned before was an A- crowd. I thought they brought it when the Wildcats needed that effort. The free throws, though, again, 17 of 27 is just not going to get it done. Pella Larson, no free throws. Colin Boswell, only 2 free throws. And I'll point back to this. The Wildcats have 6 losses. In 5 of those 6 losses, Colin Boswell has scored in single digits. and he did so again tonight with just 6 points. Those were our keys to the game.
Wildcats fans, that's a look at your keys to the game. They're brought to you by the Royal Automotive Group. Royal Automotive, the dealership that is different.
All right, let's get Kelvin to bed.
Final thoughts, Kelvin Ifan.
Tough loss, but you got to bounce back and make sure you take care of business versus Washington. There's things to learn from this game. Going down the wire like that. Just understanding that you have to execute a little bit better offense. I thought offense hurt us a little bit more. 75 points, giving up 75 points to a team like Washington State, you should be able to win that game. But again, they played a great job. They did a great job defensively. I just think again, they go back, watch some tape, and just get ready for Washington. That's it. You gotta keep moving.
All right, Kelvin. We'll see you early in the morning on Saturday.
Yes, sir.
Calvin Ifan, the captain. Before we get to Tommy, let's J-Dub, let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds here, or 15 seconds for station identification. This is the Meridian Wealth Management post-game show on Wildcats Radio 1290.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. We have the Arizona Wildcats covered on game day like no one else. We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
77-74, Washington State knocks off Arizona. Let's hear from head coach Tommy Lloyd, and we'll call it a wrap.
Games all year, and they're a team on a roll right now, and they were able to find a way. I mean, they made a bunch of kind of clutch, big time plays down the stretch, and obviously we still had opportunities. I mean, you're up 3, you get them to miss a 3, it's a loose ball, you got to come up with that ball, and then they throw it to the corner, and it's just you have a senior who's a really good player and a smart guy. Keyshaw just probably got a little overzealous in his closeout, and ends up fouling a 3-point shooter, and the kid just was all net. So you got to tip your hat to Washington State.
Did Caleb say that, was there something on the court or anything?
No, I don't. Nothing that I've heard. Just, hey, you got going a little bit fast, and sometimes the number one deal in basketball, you have speed and quickness, but you better complement it with balance. That's important. So just a little bit of bad luck, because he's a great player and comfortable with the ball in his hands, and it's unfortunate.
Is it nice to have this short turnaround against Washington on Saturday?
Yeah.
After this.
Yeah, when we heads up. I mean, our heads are up. I mean, hey, we're everything we want, for this season still out in front of us, and we got to come out and play a really talented team Saturday early, and so let's go. Our guys need to respond, and we're a high character group, so I expect they will.
A game like this, everything's pretty equal across the board, except maybe free throws. Do you kind of look at it like that?
Yeah, it's a good game. Two evenly matched teams, and they're playing really well, and they have two different styles. It's kind of a clash of styles, and they did a really good job. Kind of controlling that game. I thought we were going to get out to a little run at the start of that second half, and they kind of brought it back in and made the run on us. So then we kind of had to battle our way back in, but. Proud of the way our guys responded, and just we just gotta be able to finish the game and make 1 or 2 more plays. That's what it comes down to.
You talk about styles. Are they just a bad matchup? And not that
you mean maybe, but I don't think so. I mean, I think we were better defensively. I just think we were just probably made some poor decisions here and there that we just got to make some better decisions defensively. I thought the plan was fine. But they're going to come in here, and that's how they play. They're a ball control team, and then this defense they're running it's hard for your players to get rhythm, and then they're changing constantly, and even you run a play, you have success, then the next time they come out and they're making adjustments. So your players are having to play and kind of just bank on their fundamentals and concepts, and so they do a good job of keeping you off balance.
Do you feel that the play at the rim was better this time than the previous?
It seemed like it. I mean, I don't know our shooting percentage. I mean, 44, I'd like it more. Hey, you have 2 breakaways. Jaden and Caleb, what are the chances? You miss a wide open lay-in, and then, a ball falls out of bounds. I mean, I'd never seen Caleb do that. So, but hey, listen, you can say all these things, but, you make that basket early, it doesn't mean, you're going to win by 1 point later or whatever. It's not how games are, decided.
Slipped on something when he
I don't know. Obviously he slipped and fell, and maybe he just got going a little fast and wasn't able to get his feet under him.
4 of your losses have been, the last 4 have been one possession games. Is there something that you're looking for that maybe is missing from the team?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of ways to win one possession games. And, when you're up 3, it's too early to foul. And they miss a shot. You got to get the rebound. And you got to get the rebound. You come down, you're in the double bonus, and you make 1 or 2 free throws, the whole game changes. You don't, and they go out and make a 3 and you foul it, then it flips on you. I mean, it's that easy. So, you don't need to overcomplicate it more than that,
Paul said your message is positive.
Oh, of course. Yeah, no. We're a good team. We're a good team. I believe in these guys. We just lost to another good team that's on a roll right now. I mean, I don't think anything that, and we have an obligation to try to come out and play really well on Saturday. I mean, that's our job. We don't, no one's going to feel sorry for us. So I certainly don't.
How would you assess KJ's composure not picking up another foul after picking up 3?
I mean, it's fine. KJ's probably got to be a little smarter with the 3rd foul. You know what I mean? Like it's you're guarding one of their best players. It's kind of an arm wrestling match. They're in the double bonus. You got to keep your hands out of the play. So he'll live and learn on that stuff.
6 straight double-double for Umar. What's been working for him in this stretch?
I mean, Umar's playing with good energy. He's playing with really good energy. And, I thought he made 4 huge free throws down the stretch of that game. So, I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him, the way he's been playing. And, he's got to continue that because he's a great player.
Last question for Coach. Overall, 63% from the line in a game like this, is that above
63, that's not what I read. Oh, is it 63? Yeah. No. Yeah. Obviously, you want that to be better. You want that to be better, and that's just we got to step up and make them. We have good shooters, and obviously Umar is you're going to probably give him a little leeway here and there, but those other guys are good players. And Keyshot had too early, he missed. Maybe he's just a little bit amped up, but listen, you could say it makes a difference, but like Keyshot makes those 2 free throws or 1 or 2, it doesn't necessarily. The game might not be different, like the games are there are a lot of ways. So a basket here, a basket there. I mean, who knows how they respond. So, hey, tip my hat to Washington State. They played tough and inspired basketball, and they earned it. When some of their good players didn't play well. So, you're going to give them credit.
All right, that is the head coach of your Arizona Wildcats, Tammy Lloyd, after a 77-74 loss to Washington State. J-Dub, your final thoughts?
Well, I've already said my piece about I really like that Cougar team. Going to be rooting for them. I want Arizona to win this conference, and, moving forward into March, I'll be rooting for the Cougars. I like that team a lot. One thing I wanted to mention, DK, real quick, is it's really good to see Arizona go up against ASU, right? The school up north. 4 guards. And the very next game, they're playing a team starting 4 forwards. Like the variation of style. I remember a time when it was a lot of same around the conference, and that doesn't prepare you for March. So seeing all these different styles, seeing teams that play that, there aren't a lot of teams in America that are going to play a zone and then switch it up into man mid-possession. But anytime you can see different styles, 4 guards, 4 forwards, that length and all those things, it's just helpful, especially on film, to work on your deficiencies. Like Coach said right there, that offensive rebound that led to that 4-point play was really the defining play of the game. But any play throughout that game, you can look at and do it better. So, I mean, it's a long season. And again, tip your cap to the Cougars. They played very well, inspired basketball, really followed the game plan, and really played sound, only 9 turnovers. I just think they played a really good game.
All right, we'll be back with you on the basketball side on Saturday morning. That'll be an 8 o'clock countdown to tip-off for a noon start against the Washington Huskies at McHale Center.
Are there any bars open? Oh, no, it's 2:12.
No, yeah, I think everything is closed at this point.
Go buy you a beer.
There's no after hours here in Tucson that I'm aware of. We're not in Vegas just yet. Now, if we were in Vegas, maybe we could still get a drink at 12. At 2:15, I don't know. Maybe not. But tomorrow, join us for DK on the Sports Tip. We're going to be out at the Tucson Rodeo. So I got my hat ready that Pork Chop gave me. Jason Aldean special. I think I'm saying that guy's name right. Jason Aldean. You know, country, is that the country
Sounds
artist?
about right,
yeah.
Sure.
So I got my Jason Aldean Stetson ready for the rodeo. So join us tomorrow from 3 to 6. Brian Jeffries will join us. We'll rehash this game with the voice of the Wildcats tomorrow as well as talk a whole lot of mutton and busting and all that good fun stuff that happens out at the rodeo with some of the athletes competing this weekend here in Tucson. I'd like to thank all the folks who are part of these broadcasts. AJ Camacho spinning the dials on the AM side, Nate Rady on the FM side, Kelvin Ifan, the captain, J.W. Madden. Thank them as well. Once again, your final score tonight here in Tucson, Arizona from McHale Center in front of 14,688. The number 21 Washington State Cougars defeat the fourth-ranked Arizona Wildcats 77-74, thanks to 27 points by Jalen Wells, and the Cougars are in first place. They control their own destiny to win the Pac-12 championship. My name is David Kelly. That is our time for tonight. Thank you very much for your time. Have a great morning. We'll talk to you from the rodeo at about 3 o'clock.
This is the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290. Thank you for listening to this special presentation from Wildcats Radio 1290. We now return you to our regularly scheduled program already in progress. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
A couple times, I can't really talk about it because I will start crying. It's likely to be a tough weekend for this dog mama. Penny she's real tired, and she's dealing with a couple of different serious health issues. It appears as though